I wanted to do a really simple video for anybody who is struggling with letting go of something or someone. And no matter how much time passes or how much you understand about this thing or this person, you still can't stop ruminating about it, and it kind of drives you a bit insane. And I wanted to make this really simple because one of the things that people do whenever they can't let somebody go and they're thinking to themselves, why can't I let this go? Is they try to analyze it and they try to psychoanalyze it. Like, why might this be? What am I holding on to? And they might go to therapy. They might do deep dives into understanding the psychological reasons for that. But that actually helps you to stay more attached in many ways. And there's a much simpler way of thinking about this because you might not necessarily even need to know the reason. I mean, when has understanding the reason why you're holding on to something or somebody ever actually made you go, okay, good, I can let it go? Because you can never get certainty that that's actually the reason. You can't ask your brain, is that it? Is that it? And your brain's not going to reply, yes, that's the correct answer. That's why you can't let them go. You intuitively feel either ready to or not ready to let go. And that happens as a byproduct of letting things be. So, a different question, rather than asking yourself, why can't I let this person go or this situation or this thing go? Ask yourself, can I just let this be as it is today? Because it is only one day at a time. In fact, one moment at a time, 1 second at a time. So when you're really struggling with, why can't I let this go? Ask yourself, can I let this be? Like right now, can I just let it be as it is, even though I don't like it? And you might have the answer, no, I can't. I can't let this be as it is. And then if that's the answer, can you let that be as it is? Can you let it be that your answer is no? Can you let it be that you are frustrated? Can that be okay? And with every single question that you ask yourself, well, can I let that be? Can I let this be that I can't let go of this person right now? Well, okay, maybe no, I can't let it be. I don't want to let it be. Okay, can you let it be that you can't let it be? And you keep doing that. And eventually you realize that actually you're in resistance to yourself. You're fighting yourself. That's all it is. When you're holding on to somebody, you're in resistance to what you're feeling. And when you stop resisting what you're feeling and let things be as they are, let your feelings be as they are, you let go. And that's it. That's the whole thing. That's the summary of all of your next 10 therapy sessions. And you notice as well that when you go to do something and you get on with your life and you're in the moment, you're present, you're with your friends, you're engaged in something, you very much let things be. You're okay. You don't struggle with it so much. It's only when we go up into our heads and we start analyzing and questioning things that we are in resistance. Resistance is the thing that keeps us stuck. But when we are okay with the resistance, or we let the resistance be, then we can let anything be, because it's all about just coming back to the present. You might have seen that I've been doing painting my doors again. I love painting a door, and I notice like it is so nice to like do something that fully needs your attention. You have to focus on it. You have to really be present with it. Watching the strokes of the brushes, like it makes you present. And I found that when I was doing that, I just felt so at peace, and it was so nice. So if you can find something like that to do, and you might be in resistance to that, you might think, I don't want to have to do something just to like get rid of this feeling. Let that be too. It's all about just letting things be, not letting things go. Because if you try to let things go, you're just trying to let it go, and that perpetuates trying. But if you just ask yourself, okay, can I be okay with this? And can I be okay with this? And can I be okay with not being okay? And can I be okay with not being okay about not being okay? you know? And you just keep doing that, and you realize that actually that's all it was, just a resistance to yourself. So I hope you found this video useful. If you'd like any more information about what I do, if you'd like to come to the living room where we talk about endings and beginnings and finding yourself and feeling stuck and getting unstuck and, processing the end of relationships or finding a new one, whatever, wherever you're at, the living room is such a beautiful space where you'll meet other people just like you who really, really also need support and community is everything. And we have the creativity room on Tuesdays, which is another place where you can bring yourself into the present. So if you want any more information about that, you can find out about it in the link below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.